Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 36 of Socially Hawkward. I am your host, Jason, and with me is.
Coon's here.
There you go. I kind of got it.
Got it. Nailed it.
And Jeffrey is not here today. He is actually out of the country. Do you know where he's at, Jeff?
No, I was gonna say hungry. Maybe that's just what my stomach's talking.
He is in Budapest, actually.
Close. They're right. They're neighbors.
Yeah. Are they?
I have no idea.
I mean, I don't really know where.
Is that something we want to look up?
Budapest is in. I want to say it's in. I'm not going to guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
All I know is they had a layover in Paris, so I'm assuming it's somewhere over there. All right. We're getting off on
That's
a,
our geography.
on a good foot here. Yeah, just little news to start off. Jordan Stahl was named the captain of the Carolina Hurricanes. And then the alternates are going to be Jordan Martinook and Jacob Slavin. What do you think about that? You think Jordan Stahl's a good choice for captain? It was Justin Williams, but he's taken a break.
Yeah.
I think he'll.
I think it's predictable. I think it's the safe move. You're just gonna give it to Stahl. He's a veteran. He's got experience. Who else would you give it to on this team?
I mean, I thought the obvious choice would be Aho. You just gave him that 8-year deal.
I guess.
Which is very team friendly.
I guess he is like the future of the team, kind of, right? How long is Jordan Stahl in town?
Stahl has.
What's his contract?
He's been on the team for a long time,
Has
but
he?
he's got 4 more years left on his deal.
Why are they just now making him captain?
Well, because Justin Williams was the captain.
Was he an alternate, even?
Yeah, he was the alternate.
Oh, okay, that makes sense, I guess.
I don't know. I feel like I would completely switch it up and go with the younger guys.
Well, normally you would do that in a rebuild. Are they rebuilding? Just because they don't have...
No, I feel like they're rebuilt.
Because you would give captain like either like a Seabrook who's got the leadership skills, been there a long time, and can control the locker room, or in a rebuild you give it to a young player who they're gonna build around. You know.
Well, that's actually a good thing to compare it to. Like, what's like I say, Taze is retired. Seabrook's probably retired by then.
Yeah.
Keith is probably gone. Kane's might still be there, but is barely like he's
You
on
might
the
do
last couple seasons.
Yeah, he'd probably do like the 1-year contracts after that, kind of like Shara.
Yeah. I think you would end up giving it. It's tough to look that far in the future, though.
I mean, we still have to sign quite a few, like DeBrincat and
Strome.
Like those would be obvious contenders for me, or picks.
I'm trying to think.
Who on defense would you give it to? Gustafson?
No, I don't think Gus will be there. I don't think he's gonna be on the team next year. I think he's gonna be gone
Oh, you think so still?
because he's a free agent after this year. So I feel like he'll be gone.
Oh,
already.
at the deadline probably.
We really quickly made that Carolina news into Blackhawks.
I mean, that's what we do.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one.
If we resign him, I would say DeBrincat and Strome.
I feel like they would be alternates. I don't feel like they'd be captains. It'd probably end up being Doc.
Yeah.
It probably
Yeah,
would.
probably.
And then I think Strome would be an alternate. And then I think a defenseman.
No Crawford?
Crawford, I don't think he'll be on the team either. Yeah, by then he's old already. He's 34 right now.
That's not that old for a goalie.
But by the time Taze retires, because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about Taze retiring.
2 years?
He's signed for 3 more, maybe 4.
So he'll be 37. Yeah, okay.
Honestly, I'm not confident Crawford's on this team next year.
Next year? Yeah, I don't know. It depends what they do with Lehner, and I don't know. If Crawford has another concussion, I don't see him in the NHL anymore. I hate to say it. I don't want to say it.
But let's get back to Carolina. I think Slavin's a great choice for the alternate.
Yeah, I have to agree.
I wouldn't be mad if they made him the captain. I mean, yeah, feel like Jordan Stahl is the easy easy transition from Justin Williams.
Yeah, I don't even see like I like Niederreiter. I think he's gonna have a huge year. I wouldn't make him captain or anything. I'm just saying I think he's gonna do well this year.
Yeah, I wouldn't make him captain or an alternate just because he's only been there for a year.
Right. I was just looking at names and I forgot he was on the team. He was traded this year. Right?
Teravainen's good. I don't think he's captain worthy. Svechnikov is too young. I don't think
Dougie
he'd make a good captain.
Hamilton.
They just got Halla. He's obviously not going to be a captain.
Wasn't he on Vegas last year? Halla?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's going to have a breakout year this year.
He could.
I'm calling it right now.
Yeah.
He's going to have a good year. I like
Who
Halla.
did they just trade to St. Louis? That was Falk, right?
Falk. Yeah. If
Edmondson?
he re-signed, I think he'd be a good choice to be captain.
Yeah. But yeah, no,
Wait
I think it's right.
Actually, that's a good transition. That's another piece of news we haven't covered yet. So, Justin Falk. Let me get to it real quick. Justin Falk was traded to St. Louis for. I want to look at it.
It was like a 5th rounder.
Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. That's why.
Oh, yeah.
No, it was for. I'm trying to remember now. Justin Falk and the 5th round pick was traded to St. Louis for Joel Edmondson, Dominic Bach, who's a prospect. He was their 1st round pick in 2018, I believe. And then 2021 7th round pick. And then Falk signed an extension with the Blues.
Yeah.
7 years, $6.5 million per year.
Which he got his money, so hopefully he starts to perform because his last couple years have been, like, at least numbers-wise, disappointing.
Yeah. How old is Falk?
He's not that old. He's got to be like 24, 25.
I feel like he's like 27.
Really?
I think he's older than that. I'll look. But what's surprising about that, I mean, I don't know what they got back for Falk. I don't know that prospect. If he was a 1st round pick last year, yeah, last year. That's decent. But then they gave up a 5th and got a 7th. I feel like that's weird.
I don't know. I
feel like they would get the better pick back. Just because Edmonton, I don't think Edmonton's going to end up. He's a decent bottom pairing defenseman.
Right.
Justin Falk is 27.
Damn. He's older than I thought. And he got how many years? 7 years?
7, yeah. Did I say 7?
I thought it was 7. So it'll be 34 in that contract.
Yeah,
is
7
up?
years.
Hmm.
What the crazy part is, if you want, you should probably go to St. Louis's cap-friendly page right now. The crazy part is Pietrangelo. He's a UFA next year. So they needed that money to re-sign him.
Oh, yeah.
And they brought in Falk. Like, I see the reasoning behind like, I can see why St. Louis management would bring in Falk, but I can't. Like, how is it going to affect them next season? Because they're pretty close to the cap. Like, if you look at who's a UFA or an RFA next year, and how much they're making now.
So Shen's
right.
a UFA.
Shen needs to be resigned.
Robbie
Fabry.
Mm-hmm. Pietrangelo, yeah. Bouwmeester. Dunn.
I mean, I don't think they should resign Bouwmeester, but he's been there forever.
Yeah, they probably will.
If he plays next year, he's not going anywhere else.
So, yeah, Pietrangelo's the big one.
Pietrangelo, and they have Shen, too.
Yeah.
And Pietrangelo's their captain. So you can't lose Pietrangelo, right?
Do you trade Shen at the deadline then?
It depends where you're at in the standings.
Yeah. I mean, just to re-sign... Well, I don't know what their cap is, though.
If there's so many weird things about this trade. Another weird thing, they're both right defensemen. They're all three. They have 3 really good right defensemen: Parayko, Pietrangelo, and Falk. And their left defense isn't that great. They have Vince Dunn, Bouwmeester, and I don't even know who their third pairing lefty is.
Their projected cap space next year is 15 mil. Is that with Falk though? Yeah,
It should be with Falk, yeah.
yeah. So they got money. They can
But they
re-sign him.
have to resign Shen too.
So that's what? That's probably most of it. We'll say that's 6 mil each. You
Because
think they're?
Shen's making 5 mil now.
Mm-hmm. You think he wants
He'll
more?
get a raise. He's not getting less. That's for sure.
Well, how much raise do you think he's going to get at 28?
I think he's gonna have a good year. I think Shen's a player who, being in a contract year, is gonna break out and have like a really good.
I mean, 28. He's
Really
still
good
good.
year.
He could have that crazy year.
I wanted Shen in my fantasy team.
Yeah. Oh,
He's one of those. I feel like he knows he needs to step up this year because
mm-hmm.
he needs a contract. And
You know who disappeared the last couple of years is Schwartz. He was on fire. What was
Yep.
it, 2-3 years ago, and then he got hurt, and he just hasn't been the same since.
I think he's gonna do better this year too.
I think so. I think he's healthy finally. I think he's gonna show up. I think he's gonna put up.
It's
numbers.
funny because I think St. Louis is gonna be worse this year. But I also think like a lot of their guys are gonna do better.
They're
It's
gonna
weird.
their standings will be bottom team. But their players are all gonna be phenomenal.
I think they'll fight for a wild card spot. I don't know if they get it or not. I'm on the fence with them.
Yeah, I don't know. In the Central, right?
I think they'll get one.
I mean, pretty much only Nashville's got the
Nashville definitely, and I feel like
Dallas.
no, Dallas
No.
is still
Bishop had to have a Vesna year to get to the playoffs.
yeah, and Dallas is one of those teams that they do good one year and they're bad in the next year.
Mm-hmm.
So this would be the next year.
So, yeah, they just have to be better than the Hawks, I guess. Central is such a question mark this year. I love it.
Yeah, it's nerve wracking. I'm worried.
I'm worried.
I feel like I'm overconfident about how good the Hawks are.
To be fair, we do have them ranked really high for such a young team.
Oh yeah, we got every time I look at them, I'm like, oh, that's way too high.
I don't know though. You look at the teams under them.
So in our power rankings, so we could run over this real quick. We got Lightning at number 1. We got the Leafs at number 2.
Well, we said
aka 1B.
yeah. I was gonna say 1A, 1B.
Yeah, I feel like the Leafs are gonna be amazing this year.
Me too.
Just because this is like their 1 year
Mm-hmm.
to be great. Next year they're not gonna be able to sign Muzzin and Barry. They're both UFAs next year.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like their defense is gonna collapse next year. This is the best defense this team is gonna have.
With that offense.
Then we got Vegas at 3. Who Vegas looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Those top 2 lines are insane.
They're gonna be fun to watch this year. Let me tell you.
If they could get a Petrangelo, ooh, I like that. Petrangelo in Vegas. Who could they trade
Vegas. Let me
at the deadline?
let me check their roster. Let me look at this. Let's see who's free agents next year. They could trade. Man, they're not really losing anybody good.
No. How's their defense look next year?
Does St. Louis need a goalie? Subban?
I mean, they need to get rid of Jake Allen.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
That helped them sign Petrangelo.
All right, these are all the unrestricted and restricted free agents next year, and you tell me who you think they could trade. Cody Eakin, Ryan
I
Reeves.
mean, he can go. Reeves can go.
Yeah, Thomas Nosek. I don't even know
He
who
can
that is.
go. That's not. These aren't even guys that
No,
you're not getting Falk for these guys, or not Falk. You're not getting Petrangelo for these
no,
guys.
absolutely not. That's why I said Zykov, Carrier, Nick Holden, Merrill in England.
Yeah, it's all their bottom
Nobody's
defensemen and their bottom
Mhm.
line, pretty much.
all their cheap players, which could be, I don't know, it could be tough to replace that. And then 2 years is Stasny, and that's it.
How old is Statsny though?
Like 900. He's 33.
So in 2 years, yeah, I wouldn't
35.
I wouldn't
no.
resign him.
Well,
He'd
how
be
old's
done.
Petrangelo? Isn't he 30?
He's 30. Yeah, I wouldn't want to give Petrangelo more than 5 years, and
Mm-mm.
that's a max.
Mm-mm.
I don't even want to give him 5 years.
If I sign him for that long, he's getting less money. Or it'll be weighted like he'll get more now and then it'll be cheaper later in his contract. Like 6 mil, 6 mil, 3 mil, two
One
five,
mil.
2.5.
Yeah. Okay, at 4 we got the Washington Capitals.
I like that. I think that's right where they'll be. And then
5 we got the Predators. I like the Predators.
you'd move them up over the
I think
Capitals.
I'd move them up over the Capitals if it was just me. But I just think Duchesne's gonna have a great season.
Yeah.
I didn't think so, but then I read that Duchesne.
Mm-hmm.
Like I never looked at his stats last year, but he did amazing between being traded from one team to another. Like his combined stats were pretty freaking good.
That might be all he needs is just a change of scenery. You know, some players they
Well,
get traded and then all of a sudden just
this
go off.
this will be his third change of scenery in the last 2 years. Then we got the Bruins at 6, which again I'm not very high on the Bruins this year.
No, I think that was mainly a Jeffrey thing, and I kind of agreed with him, just because I can't have the Hawks that high.
Yeah,
Like,
we got the Avs at 7,
Hmm.
and then we got the Hawks at 8, which I feel like is high.
you have Arizona at 8. That's your bold prediction.
Yeah, I think Arizona's gonna be really good this year.
Where are they actually on this list?
Actually, on this list, they're at 18.
That's
Well, okay. Then at 9 we got the Panthers. You have the Panthers
25 where they
at
belong.
25.
I think they're gonna fall off. They have new coach, which I don't know. I'm kind of regretting that, but I'm gonna stay strong. I'm gonna hold strong with that prediction.
10 we got the Sharks. 11 we got the Flames. 12 we got the Flyers. 13 Hurricanes.
What if wasn't Shen on the Flyers? What if he goes back to
He was on the Flyers, yeah.
go back to the Flyers?
No, because he's a center and they just signed Kevin Hayes to that terrible contract.
Oh yeah. We'll talk about that later.
No, we won't. Fuck
No,
that.
yeah, we mentioned it. We're done. with
We've
it.
gone over that too many times. We'll bring it up throughout the season when he's doing terrible.
Yeah.
14 we got the Devils, and I feel like that's high for them too.
I like where the Blues and Stars are like neck and neck, back to back.
Blues 15, Stars 16.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I would probably switch them.
No,
No.
no, because I like the Falk signing. As long as they, like I said, they have that signing Falk. They have 3 really good right D. As long as Falk or one of those 3 plays the left side,
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll be great.
So you think the Blue or the Stars? Oh, yeah. No, I agree with him. What am I talking about? I had them switched in my head. Blues are definitely maybe better than the Stars, I believe.
Yes. Then at 17 we got the Canucks.
You know, I kind of want to push the Canucks up. I
Why?
like Vancouver. I don't know why. I would put them up above the Devils at 14.
See, yeah, I would switch like a straight up swap with the Devils, and I don't know if you do Canucks or Coyotes. I like both.
Well, you have Coyotes at 9 already, so you can't do that.
So we got Canucks at 17, Coyotes at 18. 19 we got the Islanders. 20 we got the Jets, and I think they're not making the playoffs.
No, they're not.
That defense is just too
Awful.
destroyed,
Yeah.
especially if Buffalo doesn't play.
I mean, how far do you drop them? Below the Rangers?
I mean, we dropped them already once. I'm not going to drop
One
them
spot.
again.
Yeah, that's right. I'm not saying
Well,
to
we had
do
them
it.
at.
We
I
had
think
them
we had
at-
them at 17, and we dropped them down to 20. Last
Mhm.
spot, the last
That's
podcast.
right. Yeah.
Then we got Penguins at 21, Blue Jackets at 22, Rangers at 23, which it could be okay. Wild at 24. I think the Wild we have too high. I feel like they could be lower.
Yeah, I agree.
I would move the Canadians above them right now. Canadians we have at 25, Sabres at 26. Honestly, I would move Canadians and Sabres up above the Wild and move the Wild down to 26.
Really? I don't know about maybe the Canadians I could see. I would the Oilers. It's so hard. Like I see McDavid's team, and it's so hard to see them at where we have them.
We have them at 28.
Yeah.
We have the Ducks at 27, Oilers at 28, Red Wings at 29, Kings at 30, and Senators at 31.
Yeah, which that's where they belong.
Which I could see the Red Wings being the worst of all.
Really? Worse than...
See, again, the Red Wing, like when I look at fantasy hockey, I look at some Red Wings players and I'm like, ooh, I think he's going to be good this year.
But he's on the Red Wings.
But the Red Wings, we have him so low. I'm like,
That's so hard to, like... And even so, like, the hard thing with fantasy is, like, a good hockey player doesn't always translate to a good fantasy player.
Yeah.
So sometimes you do want the best player on a shitty team. Or you want, like, a fucking Gibson. Would probably be a phenomenal fantasy goalie because he has so many saves.
I'm strongly considering picking up Anisimov.
Really?
Because he's going to get top power play minutes and everything on the Senators. They got to score something.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
He's going to get every opportunity to be like the guy. Also, Brady Tkachuk. I feel like he's going to have a huge year.
Well, I'm looking at my phone, not because I'm looking at the...
You looking to pick someone up?
Yeah. May or may not be picking somebody up.
All right, yeah, that's just a quick run through of our...
And we came up with that there's like a consensus. We kind of each threw our rank 31 team and then talked about it and put it there and then next and then...
Yeah, go back and listen to those podcasts. Those are fun ones.
Yeah.
We argued. We all made, me, Goons, and Jeffrey, all made our own power rankings, and we argued. And I think it ended up being 2 parts.
Yeah, the rankings were.
And we argued to make one combined power ranking, and that's what we came up with.
You guys have Florida as high as you have Florida at 9.
I think Florida's going to be a beast.
I was arguing for Florida at 25. But anyways, we'll see. We'll see who's closer.
Let's get in. Oh yeah, let's get into the RFAs. Since they all finally signed.
Oh yeah.
We was it last episode or a couple episodes ago?
Yeah, no, it was last episode.
We did a little. Jeffrey made over under for us, and we made our predictions if it'd be over or under. So we did this. It was obviously after Marner signed his deal. He signed for 6 years, $10.893 million per year, and then we made our predictions as to. We did an over under as to all the other RFAs that were left.
So our first prediction was Kyle Connor. What's
the line?
The line, yeah, I guess the line was 8.5 mil for 5 years. Jason, you had under on money, over on the years. I had over and under. So he'll get more years and less money. What do you end up with? 7 and 7?
Ended up, 7 years and 7.142 mil per year.
So you nailed it. You said under 8.5 mil, which you got 7, and over 5 years, which you got 7.
I would have predicted 7 and 7 if I had to make
your own line,
make a firm prediction. I would have predicted 7 and 7.
Yeah, I got both wrong by a lot. I thought he was gonna do like a bridge deal. He wasn't gonna get the years, the contract he wanted. He was just gonna sign him.
Crazy part is he was the last holdout. He was the last one to sign.
Really?
Yeah, I thought he'd be like one of the first.
Right. Next one was Line. Our line was at 9 mil for 4 years. And you said under 9 mil in under 4 years.
So I got that one right too.
Yeah, and I said exact on both. I was a little bit off on that one.
So he ended up signing for 6.75 mil for 2 years, which I thought it'd be a 3-year deal, but
why do you think such a short contract?
Just because they're so far off, and he hasn't really proven much. Coming off a bad season, but bad season for Line is scoring 30 goals.
Right.
So that's still
what I'm
not
saying.
that bad of a season.
I was way off. Our next one was Tkachuk. That we did 8 mil for 6 years was the line. You said exact on the money and under the years. I said under on both.
So you got both right.
Yeah.
He ended up signing for 7 mil for 3 years. I think that's a really good freaking deal
Mm-hmm.
for him.
I do too. I think that's a phenomenal deal for him
Like
or
for
for
the
the team.
team
Yeah,
to
yeah, I
to get
agree.
him.
I think
That
that's a very friendly contract. Rantanen was our next one. Our line was at 11 mil for 6 years, but we were going based off the Marner contracts,
yeah,
comparing it to that and all that. You said under the money and exact on the years,
and I
and
got that
I said the same
correct.
thing.
Oh, did you?
I nailed it too.
Yeah, we nailed that one. He ended up signing 9.25 for 6 years.
Which, yeah,
I thought it'd be closer to Marner, but that's not bad. I thought it'd be closer to 10.
I mean, it was not that far off. I think it's the right deal. It's the years was more
The fact that we
yeah.
both guessed exact,
Mm-hmm.
pretty impressive.
Yeah, that was fun. Point is the last one we got on here. It's 925 for the money in 6 years. You said under the money over the years. I said exact on the money and over the years.
Yeah, we were both way off on
Yeah,
this
we
one.
didn't get close. That was
I mean, we got under the money, but 3 years.
so were we wrong or was the
Braden Point's agent was wrong.
Yeah.
That's what,
Oh my
what
God.
happened. He ended up signing 6.75 mil for 3 years. Damn.
You get a new agent? Dude, oh my God.
So out of all those, who do you think is the biggest steal for the team that signed him?
Oh, it's got to be Kachuk or Point. But I'd say Kachuk. Kachuk got the most team-friendly deal, in my opinion.
More team friendly than Point at less money for same term?
Oh shit, they were both 3 years.
Yeah, they're both 3-year deals. I'm shocked that Line got that much for only 2 seasons. I feel like if you only got to sign for 2 seasons, I want you to take 5. I want you to sign at 5 mil for 2 years. I don't want. You shouldn't be close to these other guys if they're
I think that's
taking more years.
I feel like the opposite. That's the only way he gets close to that money is if he signs a short contract. Like if you sign an 8-year contract, I'm not gonna give you. What did he sign for?
Well, I mean, if he signs an 8-year contract, I'll give him a little bit more, just because that dollar amount is going to look smaller and smaller as the years go on. Just because
you're assuming he's
the
gonna
value's going to, everyone else is going to be signed for more as the years go on.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I'm gonna stick with Kachuk just because how important he is to his team, as opposed to if they don't have Point, like they're still a great team.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I definitely think Point is the biggest steal.
Mm-hmm.
But signing Connor for that amount of term for that low, I think that's going to end up in the long term. That'll be the biggest steal.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way to know that until like 7 years.
There's no way to know that until Point signs his next deal in 3 years,
right?
And he ends up getting like 15 mil per year. But the fact that all of these deals make the Marner deal look bad.
Why?
He
got so much money.
10.8 mil for 6 years. Jesus Christ. All these players, I'm gonna take Line out. All these players except for Line. Line can be great, but he just doesn't have the determination. He doesn't have the heart.
Yeah, we said that last episode where he plays lazy.
Yeah, all these other players though are in the same. I think they're all kind of on the same level right now.
As can be the same level as Marner.
I think Marner's on the same level as Point, as Rantanen.
Yeah.
I'd even throw Matt Kachuk in there. Connor might be a little bit under, but not much.
Well, that's why he got 7 mil for 7 years.
But the fact that he got 10.8.
I don't know. I think these younger players like Kachuk and Point got shorter contracts because we don't know what they're capable of yet. Like Connor, you know what he's gonna do, right? That's why he got his 7 mil 7 year. Like that's his potential. That's what he can do. I feel like Point, Kachuk, Rantanen too. He got his money. He got his years. But like they don't want to sign long term because what if they do go off and become the next fucking whatever. Name somebody. Help me.
The next McDavid.
Yeah, there you go. Next McDavid. They can still do it. Like
Thing I've been hearing, thing that bothers me about the Rantanen, not his contract, just people responding to his contract. They're like, "Oh, he doesn't deserve that much. The only reason why he's this good is because he plays with McKinnon." Go back and look at McKinnon's numbers before Rantanen was his line mate.
right.
McKinnon was doing terrible.
Mm-hmm.
McKinnon didn't become a 90-point player until Rantanen got on the team and became his line mate. So they need each other equally, and that's kind of the same. I'm not really the same as Marner and Tavares because Tavares was he was already a top player,
Yeah, he's elite.
and Marner was scoring. Oh, there goes my phone. Marner was scoring around. Marner was scoring around 60 points per game, or not per game, 60 points per season. And Tavares comes, and all of a sudden he's a 90-point per season player. It's like,
That's clearly.
and that's the guy that got the most money.
Yeah.
That's just.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I think Rantanen deserves what he got. Like he played. Do you know how he did? Because I know they split up the lines, like partially throughout. Like Rantanen was on the second line. Do you know how he was
Did
doing?
Rantanen ever go down? I know Landeskog jumped around. I don't know if
I think
Rantanen
Rantanen
ever. Maybe
Oh.
for a little bit, not for long though.
No, I don't know. I know they broke it up. I don't know how he did those few games, whether it was up or down. But I don't know. He's proven. He knows what he's doing. I like it.
Pick up my phone real quick.
Is it cracked?
No.
It's
God.
good. Yeah, we're good.
Oh, I totally forgot about this. Here's one of the things I wanted to show you. The Nashville Predators unveiled their Winter Classic shoulder patch.
I thought you were gonna say they posted another we won. What was that? Where they got the best
Another
record in the
raise another
season?
banner. This is your first look, initial reaction. How you feel about that?
Seems
Take
kind
it
of
in.
boring.
Take it in.
Why do they have this shaded in?
What?
Like under the tooth? That's not.
Oh, yeah. You know
that
what,
doesn't make any sense. That's supposed to be a gap. That should be yellow.
dude? That's so true.
That's gonna bother me all year.
Yeah. If you look at, everyone look up this logo, and if you look at the mouth, it's all shaded in blue. It's whatever a predator is. It looks like it's a saber-tooth tiger. The face is all blue, and then there's yellow outlines, and then white fangs. The part between the fangs and the rest of the mouth, that's negative space. Like there's nothing that should be yellow.
That
Like,
should be background, like
Yeah.
yellow, and that's gonna bother me forever. And I want an explanation. How did that get through?
I guess if you're outlining it in blue, though, I don't know. It's tough.
Is that a shadow?
Because if you're gonna outline the whole outer part of the logo in blue, once you get to that part, there might be a tiny little space in between. Because that outline's pretty thick.
I get it. I don't like it, but I get it. Is that black or is that blue?
That's a navy blue.
Okay. I don't like it, but I get it. I don't know.
I want to see this logo next to their actual logo. Because I don't mind the look of the actual saber-tooth tiger. I'm not huge on the colors. The only thing that worries me is because it's a blue logo, their jerseys are probably going to be the yellow gold they wear that I hate.
Why do you hate the yellow gold?
Oh god, I think it's a terrible color.
Really?
I don't. Yellow jerseys are. No one should wear a whole all yellow jersey. When Boston does it, it looks hideous. When Nashville does it, it looks hideous.
I always, when it's like an all yellow something, I always think of like an all yellow jumpsuit with like the blue down the arm.
Yellow's an
And the leg.
accent color. Like,
so ugly.
It should not be your main color. I wish Nashville would just change their colors completely. I don't like it. Oh, one of the first comments on this, because I saw this on Facebook. One of the first comments on there said, "There's more teeth in this logo than the entire fan base." I thought that was a good chirp.
I mean, if you look at this logo, the background or between the teeth and the mouth is the same color as the background.
That's a much thinner outline. Here, let's compare.
I want to see their actual jersey though, like the logo on the jersey,
Oh, the new one or the old one?
the old one.
Yeah, the old one, the mouth is a lot more
Mm-hmm.
wide open and awkward, I think. Like this one looks more realistic, I feel.
So you like it better than the old one?
I do, it just worries me that the jersey's going to be.
It's gonna be yellow. It's gonna be the same.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this. I like this logo. It's funny because when I first saw, it, I'm like, "Oh, that's hideous," but then I think about their old logo. I'm like, "Oh," or their current logo, I should say, and I don't like it at all. It's because his bottom jaw looks like dislocated or something.
Yeah. I don't like it. Those teeth are too big.
You want to see a side by side?
Yeah. You know what? I do like it better than their old one. Now that I see it side by side. Their old one, they're like, yeah. I like it better. I still don't like it that much. It's not one of my favorites.
Let me see the old one.
This is the old one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
Look at the bottom jaw. He looks like he
yeah,
just.
it looks awkward as fuck.
Yeah. So it's definitely better. They made upgrades.
Yeah, the new one looks meaner. They
Mhm.
should switch to this logo.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, the old one that it just looks weird. The whole thing looks weird. It's like it. Oh god, that's just another thing I hate about Nashville now.
Their logo.
I never thought it was that bad of a logo, but
Yeah,
I don't
it's
like it anymore.
Pretty awful. He's got like a double chin or like a.
Yeah, it does.
It's a fat predator. Which means they're doing well, I guess, if he's fat. He's got all the food he needs.
All right, we spent enough time on logo talk. Let's get into the questions.
Well, yeah, I got a couple questions I wanted to ask, which.
Let me. I made up some questions for you. I'm gonna
Okay.
knock those out first.
All right. I've yet to hear these questions.
So questions for Coons.
That should be a segment.
That should be.
You guys can rip on my answers.
No, we make sure to make a multiple choice.
Yeah, so at least
So
can't be
okay,
that bad.
question one. What should I start with?
Start with like the most boring, if you have any boring ones,
I mean,
or the easiest, most obvious.
there's one about the Hawks, and there's two. One very Toronto, one about Toronto, and then one kind of about Toronto.
Start with the Toronto, end with the Hawks.
Okay. So who leads Toronto in points this season? Oh, I must have auto-corrected. Mariner. No, Marner, Matthews, or Tavares.
Well, that's assuming Matthews plays a whole season.
Matthews had 68 points last year. Oh, no. He had 73 points last year in 68 games. Tavares had 88 points last year, and Marner had 94.
I'm gonna go with Marner, even if Matthews plays a full season. I'm gonna say Marner.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing that caveat.
Yep. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
He got paid, and I think he wants to prove that he deserves the money.
I honestly agree with that. I think Marner's gonna. I think he's just gonna have the same exact season. I don't think Matthews is gonna be that much better.
No, me too.
I can see Matthews ending up with like
80.
maybe like 78 games played and 80 points.
Yeah, He'll be a points per game guy. Because Marner, if you look at it, he's either going to play with Tavares or Matthews.
I mean, bump Matthews up to 90 points. I still just think Marner is going to score at least 95.
Yeah.
I feel like Tavares is low. 88. I feel like he could have more. Sticking with semi-Toronto. Who scores more points with their new team?
Ooh, I like
Nazem
it.
Kadri or is it Tyson Berry?
Who scores more points?
With it because they got traded for each other. So Kadri went from Toronto to Colorado, and Berry went from Colorado to Toronto.
Isn't one a defenseman and one
Berry's
a forward?
a defenseman, yeah, and Kadri's a center.
I want to go with the defenseman. I'm going to say Barry.
Berry scored 59 points last season.
Yeah, he was almost at
Kadri
60.
scored 44.
What team did they? Okay, obviously they're.
But Kadri is going from playing third line center to being the second line center now. And Barry's going from. I mean, he'll still be like the main guy, but they also have Morgan Riley on. Last I heard, Morgan Riley's going to keep that number one power play time, and Barry will probably get the second power play.
I gotta go with the forward that got upgraded. I'm gonna go with Kadri.
So you're switching it up and going with Kadri now?
Yeah. My initial reaction was Barry, but I'm gonna switch it up to Kadri.
Oh, good, because I drafted Kadri.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna say equal, and they're both gonna disappoint.
No, I definitely agree, though. I feel like Kadri's going to have an insane year this year.
Okay, next.
Next, I have which rookie scores the most points, and it's between Jack Hughes, Capo Caco, or Cale Makar. And then there's I have other also if you want.
Does that include Doc?
Like the field or pick?
Does that include like the total for the rest of the field, or just like
No, not combined.
Okay. All right, then it's not other. I'm gonna go with Makar.
Defenseman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is he? Well, I forget. Is he a defensive defenseman?
He's more offensive.
Okay. I'll go with Makar. I like it.
He's pretty much taking Tyson Berry's spot.
Yeah.
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 I think Kako's going to have the most points.
That was my initial reaction, but
I went
forward
this is a
last
two-parter.
time.
Do they win the Calder then?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like if a
to.
defenseman's scoring the most points, he definitely has to win the Calder.
Yeah.
See, I think Kako's going to have the most points, but Makar's going to win the Calder because he won't be that far behind.
Mm-hmm. He'll be up there for sure. That was a tough one.
The last one I have is who leads the Hawks in goals this season?
Ooh.
Kane or DeBrincat? And that's really the only options. Kane had 44 last season, and DeBrincat had 41. And that was a career high for Kane, I'm pretty sure.
What did Taze have last year? He's looking even better this
He had
year.
like 30.
DeBrincat is the answer for me.
Really?
I think so.
Yeah, this is a hard one, though.
Yeah, it really is.
Because Kane's so competitive.
I know. He wants to be that top dog. He's that white rabbit that everyone chases.
Kane and DeBrincat were neck and neck all season.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kane just got that extra couple.
Yeah. I'm going to go DeBrincat takes the next step again.
I think DeBrincat's going to get it, too.
And I have him on my fantasy team, so that'd be really good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, third round.
Third round. That's not bad.
No, I don't know how he slipped in our league, our Chicago Blackhawks league.
I want to get a beer.
Me too. Me too. So we have, are we doing 5 questions?
I mean, you don't have to do 5, and we could both answer these ones because
we'll
didn't
just
really. I mean, I kind of answered the ones I made up, but yeah, just kind of sort through it. This is actually questions from the Hockey News. They in one of their, I think it was their fantasy issue. They asked all their writers a series of questions and gave their answers. So props to them. We're gonna steal your questions.
Yeah, good job. And we're gonna pick our what we think is the most interesting. So, I think we're gonna start with Kucherov. How many points does he get this year?
Last year he got like 124, I believe, right around there. I think this year he'll get less for sure.
Less for sure.
He'll get 1.
How about you say a number and I'll say under over?
Okay. I think he'll get 117.
Oh shit, I was gonna say 112. So I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna go under
Yeah,
117.
it feels high to me too.
Yeah. Um.
That's hard.
Yeah. That was. It's. I mean, that's just assuming health and whatnot.
Guessing points for one player is tough.
I want to
Unless it's
go.
Shifley, then you go 82.
Yeah, 82 every year. I want to go higher because I got him. He was my first pick.
Ooh.
So I want to say 150.
Oh yeah, you drafted first.
I did
Yeah,
first
so
overall, and second overall in our next league.
I think McDavid will get higher.
Higher than.
Kucherov.
Oh, that's a ballsy. I like it though. I do. If he stays healthy, I'd love to. I love watching McDavid. Obviously, I want him to do well. Who will score 50 goals?
Ovi for sure.
You think 3?
I don't know. I'm trying
Two?
trying
Three?
to think of everyone. Ovi. I think Draisaitl gets it again. It depends.
That's so tough.
It's so tough. If they keep him with McDavid, obviously on the same line, he'll get it again. If they get separated, he will not get it again. Pasternak has a chance. I don't think he gets there though.
Do you think DeBrincat?
I'm getting to it.
I'm getting to it.
I have him in the back of my mind.
I don't. I don't think he hits 50.
I'm
I
trying
think
to-
it's more of Kane taking a step back. Is why DeBrincat gets the most goals.
I'm gonna look up
Yeah, look up top scorers last year and then see.
so last year. Tavares had 47. Stamkos had 45. I don't see Tavares getting there. I can see Stamkos getting there.
No McDavid?
No, McDavid's more of an assist guy.
Hmm.
He had 41 last year, so I don't think he gets there though.
Do you think we'll give a shout out to Jeff? You think he picks Panarin to get 50?
No, I think Panarin's more of an assist guy also.
Really? Oh, okay. Okay. He's got him getting 100 points.
I'll say DeBrincat gets there, and I'll say Stamkos gets there.
So you have DeBrincat, Pasternak, Stamkos.
I don't think Pasternak gets it. I think
Oh, you don't? I thought you said you did.
no, I think he gets close, but I don't think he gets it. So I think Ovechkin, Draisaitl if he stays with McDavid, Stamkos, and DeBrincat. DeBrincat's more of a hopeful. Than,
Yeah. Just Hawk shout out. I just think it's going to be Draisaitl just because he plays with McDavid all year. And, fuck, I'm drawing a blank.
Ovi?
Say your list again. Ovi, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
No
Ovi
line.
and
No
Draisaitl.
line A.
No line
No
A.
secret line A.
I think Hall will get close.
Oh, Taylor Hall.
Yeah. I don't think he gets 50, but I think he gets close. And that's why I think our New Jersey Devils ranking is accurate.
Oh yeah. There's so many because their second line is pretty much going to be Jack Hughes and Nikita Gusev.
Yeah.
So they're both players that have never played in the NHL.
Right.
It's tough to
It's a big question
slot them
mark.
anywhere.
But I he's a hopeful for me, like DeBrincat is for you. You were you know what? I want you to elaborate a little bit more because we kind of touched on this one. You were talking about Matthews and Tavares. Who will score more points? I know you don't like the points question, but who will score more points, Matthews or Tavares? No Marner. That's why it makes it interesting.
Yeah. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say they tie. They both get 90.
90 points each?
Yes.
I like it. I think Austin Matthews takes the step forward and stays healthy this year, and I think Tavares is just Tavares. Like, he doesn't go forward, he doesn't go back. He's just Tavares. He does what he does. I agree with that.
So you think Matthews does it, or
No, I think Tavares keeps it. He'll score more, but I think Matthews will close the gap for sure. Okay, I got the next two. It's going to be a two-parter. Who's your biggest sleeper pick? In a fantasy draft, who's your biggest sleeper pick?
biggest sleeper?
Who do you like to get late in drafts? It can be a rookie, it can be a veteran who drops way lower than you expect them to.
Well, I know Brandon Point's been going in the third round of most drafts. I
Yeah.
feel like that's
a
he
steal.
should be at least a second rounder.
Yeah.
I know Rantanen's going in the second round of most drafts. I feel like he should be a first rounder.
Well, they'll both probably.
Those aren't big steals, but those are small.
The reason I think they're going so late is because they didn't sign until last week. They'll probably be first and second rounders now.
Where's Matt Kachuk going in drafts? That's what I want to look at.
Yeah, we'd have to look that up. ADP Matt Kachuk.
In one of my leagues, I got him 16th overall.
Damn.
So that's pretty accurate, I feel. I'm gonna say Brady Kachuk. Brady Kachuk is the biggest sleeper this year.
In the 16th?
No, that was Matt. Matt Kachuk was 16th.
Oh.
Brady, his brother on the Senators.
So you think he'll be a fantasy contributor or NHL?
I think he's gonna be a fantasy. I think he's gonna be a beast.
Okay. I like that. I was actually gonna say
Yeah, go ahead.
Niederreiter. He went undrafted.
Zibanejad.
Ah,
The guy
my
you
guy.
got, yep,
Yeah.
Zibanejad.
I
It's
agree.
Zibanejad.
Yep.
He's gonna be
Okay.
he's gonna be amazing. He's gonna be
Consensus pick is Zibanejad.
like because I don't know, where'd you get him? Like
Like the 6th round.
he's gonna be like first round potential.
Yeah, that's what I saw. I waited on him, and I'm like, I can't pass again. There's no way. And biggest bust was the second part.
Bust.
Who's your first, maybe early second round pick that's just not going to do it?
Who was I trying to stay away from in the
Yeah,
draft?
yeah. My answer would be Eric Carlson.
See, I think Carlson's gonna have a bounce back.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't think he puts up the numbers. He's on the downslope of his career. I hate saying that because I love watching guys, and I hate predicting the end of someone's season or career. I mean,
Biggest bust. I'm just gonna look at our draft and see where guys were drafted.
and that's not including unpredictables like Bufflin or something like that. That's just performance based. They play a full season and just disappoint.
Biggest bust. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Crosby.
I like it actually.
He gets taken like top 10 in every draft. I don't think he's gonna put up that kind of points.
See, if you watch their season, they like the first half of their season, they just kind of it seems like they coast, and then like the second half is when they step it up and do their shit. But they don't put up like the fantasy numbers. They're great NHL players. I don't think they put up top 10 fantasy numbers. So I agree with you. I agree with that.
You know, like in our draft, Crosby was picked after Kane and before Marner, and before Draisaitl, before Marchand. I just think he's going to take another step back this year. I could see him getting like 90 points, maybe in the 80s, high 80s. He might be a point per game player next year.
Mm-hmm. So you think he's still like a late first, early second round pick?
I think if you could get him at 10 or later, that's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, maybe he's not the biggest bust then. I just feel like he's in fantasy. I feel like he's overrated.
Yeah, I agree with that. Let's see, maybe one more question. Let me read them.
I'm trying to look for more busts now.
I read them on Tuesday and forgot them all. No.
Oh, I'll say Ryan O'Reilly. If you pick Ryan O'Reilly, if he's not in the 13th round or later, I think Phil Kessel has huge bust potential too.
Really?
Yeah, because
Why?
he's going from playing with Malkin going from playing on a line with Malkin and then on the power play, the Penguins power play that's completely stacked, to playing in Arizona, where not only do they play defensive minded, but they don't have as much skill as the Penguins, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So I would hold back on Phil Kessel. I would avoid him in my drafts. How do you so we're doing our first Dynasty League. Me, you, and Jeffrey have entered our first Dynasty League. How you feeling about the draft? We got the draft tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow night. Is it hopefully 6?
5, I believe.
Okay.
You gonna miss your first pick or something?
No, I have my phone. I'll have it up. Second overall pick.
See,
I think I can make that.
I don't really understand the draft though, because it's a slow draft.
Oh.
but it's 5 minutes. It says you
Oh,
have 5 minutes
okay.
to make your
I
pick.
was in a baseball league this year that it was 8 hours per pick. Yeah,
Jesus.
and everybody waited the 8 hours because we started it so early, so everyone was waiting for the news to, if there was an injury or something happens in those eight
Oh, so
hours.
you waited that whole. Oh God.
Oh man, it was awful. I thought
Fuck
it was,
that,
and
dude.
they would pause it between like 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. and then it would start the draft again. So there was potentially like 2 picks a day.
I wouldn't pause that shit. 8 hours?
Yeah, I mean, if the last pick was at,
Midnight? You have till 8 a.m. to pick?
yeah, yeah,
That's plenty.
I'd be
You
awake at
you
like
know
4 a.m.
that though. You know you're next. Have
I
someone queued up.
I thought I would like it, but I absolutely hated it because I was sitting there looking every day. I'm like, did someone pick? Did someone pick? Did someone pick?
Yeah, it sounds miserable.
There'd be like
How long did it end up taking?
oh god, like 2 weeks. It was so bad. You would have like a string of 3 picks and then like 8 people who take the entire 8 hours. And then somebody would just auto pick. It's like, oh, well,
Oh,
thanks for, paying that money and
what
putting in
a
the time.
dick.
Auto picking at 8 hours. You lost your privileges.
See, I don't know. Like this one, it has to. We're clearly not going to get through the whole draft in one day
No.
because we have full rosters, and then we have a minor league team of 15 players.
hmm
Also,
I think that how that works is you can't draft rookies until your last, however many, like our last 5 picks will be all rookies for your minor league team. That's how it worked for I have a dynasty football league, and you just could not draft rookies until round 16 when you have all your starters, and then you draft your minor league team.
what? But what if you like Jack Hughes? You can't draft him till the 15th round.
Yeah, nobody could draft him. I don't know if that's how it is in this league. Haven't looked at
That
the
sucks
rules.
though, because whoever gets the number one pick gets the
Jack Hughes
best
and
player
Taco
and the best prospect.
yeah, I don't agree with it.
Oh wait, unless you do it on the comeback,
That's the thing.
because you're doing
You
a
don't
snake
change.
draft.
Yeah, you keep going same order.
So you would do it in whatever round. You'd have to do it in an even round. I'd do it in the 16th round.
So if that's the case, I kind of agree with it.
So yeah, I would completely agree with that.
I don't know if that's the case though. So I would move Jack Hughes way up. Like unless he states or like it doesn't
Well, it's
allow
not a
you to
full
draft.
dynasty though. Did you see how you keep? I got to look at it.
No, I
think
didn't see that.
You keep. It's not a full dynasty. You
Okay.
keep your minors,
Yeah.
but
Is it? Did we sign him to like 3-year contracts or
you
something?
have like two guys. Let me look it up because I don't want to tell you the wrong info. Okay, you franchise two players. You get to keep them for 5 years.
Okay.
You get to keep two players for 3 years, and you get to keep three players for the next year.
Wow. That's
So it's not a legit dynasty
no,
league,
it's not.
and we have full rosters. I mean, I like this better because it keeps the drafts more fun,
Mm-hmm.
but you still have to worry about your minors.
The other thing that struck me that was weird is each team has 3 goalies that they have to start.
That's a lot of goalies.
Yeah. 12 teams. Like there's not even
There's not that many.
36 teams, and so why would I mean it's obviously there's teams with like 1A 1B goalies that get 50-50 starts, but I
I
think
think
that's
it
too
should
much.
definitely be two.
How much does that move goalies up for you? Like third round, are we gonna have a goalie run?
If I'm, we
Does
we
that
were where well we got our we know where we're drafting.
Mhm.
You got your fucking horseshoe up your ass. You got second. I got 11th.
Would you
If
take
Vasilevsky's
Vasilevsky?
there, I'm taking him.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Would you take him first round?
If he's there, I'll take him.
I doubt he'll be there though.
I don't think he'll be there either. But if he's not there, that means someone fell to me.
Mm-hmm. So I think my first round pick would probably, if I had a choice, still be Kucherov or McDavid. Like that, I think that's 1A 1B. I wouldn't. I think that drops Kane a lot. He'll get your points this year if you want, but
Well, it's multiple categories too. So
yeah.
we're doing head to head though, head to head
Yeah.
category.
Yeah.
So you got hits and blocks are
Hmm.
counted in this.
If you want to win this year, Ovi is a great pick.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. So hits OV is, and you don't make him your franchise guy. You make him your 3-year guy.
Hmm. Why? Oh yeah, because
Franchise
it
is
won't
5 years.
right.
So
Do you franchise a goalie then? If you really like one of your goalies,
if I get Vasilevsky first round,
you
I'll
franchise
franchise him. Hell yeah.
yeah. Damn, I like this league a lot. I think this is gonna be very interesting.
This is the 4th league I'm in. I think I overdid it this season.
I'm in 2. I'm in the ESPN and this one. Oh shit, 3 and the family.
I'm in 2 ESPN ones, Yahoo one with the family, and this Fantrax one.
You can't get away from Fantrax every year.
I mean, if you're doing a dynasty league or a keeper league,
Yeah,
Fantrax
that's
is
the way to
the
go.
way to go.
To set it up, yeah.
All right, well, we're just getting into banter now. Well, I think that about does it for this week. Do you have
Yeah.
any other things you want to bring up, or
We still have to find a bet for you and Jeffrey on Panarin.
let's set it in stone now. Next episode because the season starts.
Yeah.
Season starts.
We have to come up with something.
Thursday? I don't know. Season start. Next episode, there will have been regular season NHL games played.
Mm-hmm.
So next episode, we'll have a concrete bet and a concrete what happens if.
If you have any ideas, maybe leave a comment.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Yeah, that does it for this episode of Socially Hawkward. Feel free to follow us on. Trying to remember what they are. Twitter is Socially Hawkward, no A in the ward, and Instagram is Socially Hawkward 19. Yeah, that's them.
Yeah, nailed it.
Yeah.
I'll do the Jeffrey. Bye.